Greetings, welcome to the blog. I'm not even sure whether this is going to work because look, two hands, I'm using a tripod. A very quick update. I'm sorry about the shadow on here, not planned, but there you go. Quick update on the Boathouse becoming a club. This time last week I set the target of we needed 25 members in order to then apply for a club premises certificate, which would enable us then to provide licensed activities such as having a bar, a members bar, so we can provide drinkies and do things like entertainment, music, provide food late at night if we should want to do so. Part of that is that I have had to do a plan of building, and this is our plan of the building. I hadn't actually realised quite how big it was. It's quite cavernous when you don't have it full of crap at the moment like what I have. So essentially the whole area will be licensed apart from our bit of pavement outside, because that's outside the gates, the wharf because it's a bit too narrow, and the landing stage because it's not suitable for drinkies. So the whole of the premises multifunctional. A part of the plan, and brother Wayne came up with this by saying, so basically it's a maker space with a bar, which is kind of, yes, it's all multifunctional space. So I'll just take you through. When we saw the big purple truck outside, that will pay for two projects. One, to bring the kitchen up to proper catering standards, and two, to get rid of these male and female toilets and the store, and to have just two nice accessible toilets, not disabled toilets. No disabled toilets in here. Accessible toilets, yes. All that is going to involve raising the floor here and along here. Those who've been here will know there's a tiny little, probably only 2-inch, if that, step down where Richard, who we bought this place from, didn't do the floor properly. So it needs bringing up to a level, and then proper pucker kitchen, nice accessible toilets, a shower and dressing room for kind of like when we have bands playing or artists performing. This area here, it's multifunctional. It can be used as a stage or performance space. This area can be used for the bar, should we so want it to. Entrance and exits is all here. It's not possible to have an exit onto the street because of the way the building is constructed. This is where the purple truck is at the moment, so there'll be workshop and maker space in there. Possibly that's where the microbrewery is going to go, and then a cellar and secure storage in here for boozy things and stuff. So this will be a fairly secure little cabin, not been built yet. These are where all the fire extinguishers will be. This is the main entrance exit. This is the green, those who've been here before will know we have a green container over there. I'm thinking possibly, even though it's got the shutter here, of putting a door in. I don't know yet, we'll see how that goes. So this is the plan which I need to then submit with the application. I'll go very briefly, I don't know how long this video has been going. Let me just make sure this is recording. Are you recording? Yes you are. Are you? I don't know. I think this is recording. It wasn't recording, sorry. Doesn't matter. Okay, very briefly run through some of the ideas for the place. Obviously, as a venue, we've already got bands lined up, lots of very cool musical talent. That's obviously, people know the Boathouse as a party venue. That's not going to change. But the objectives of the Boathouse as a club, safe, harmonious, welcoming, people have read all this. Just a safe space, one of Sheffield's safe spaces.
I'm not getting you down at all, am I?
Thanks, Marvin. That's a reminder that I've got to do something. Whoops, sorry. Now, the structure of the company and the club is it's not for profit. Nobody is really making anything from this. Charlotte and I have both paid memberships, same as everybody else. So it's not for profit. There's no committee. It's run by a management group of me and Charlotte. There's no owners per se because there's no share capital. The reason I don't want a committee is every club I've ever been a member of has had issues with the committee trying to design a horse and coming out with a camel. It's the main cause of division. So we're not having that. We're having a kind of benign dictatorship, if you like, or a benevolent dictatorship of just Charlotte and I. Although members can plan and run what I'm calling SIGs, special interest groups. Old internet users will remember that from the back of the days of Kicks, CompuServe, that sort of thing, special interest groups. They're a little bit like Facebook groups, but without the bollocks. Now, this, as a club, this building's owned by Sheffield Narrowboats, but the club itself has access to the building, facilities, tools, equipment, everything owned by Sheffield Narrowboats. That's our way of being able to make facilities available. Essentially, the club will pay rent when there's an activity that generates some income, but isn't forced to pay rent. If it goes a month and the club doesn't do anything, there's no exposure to paying rent. Benefits of membership: you get access to member-only events and activities, priority access to any courses that we run, events or fun days, stuff like that, a discount on facilities and equipment hire for private parties and events. So if you want a private function, provided you've been a member you're one of the original founding members, or you've been a member for over a year, those are the two criteria, because we don't want people just signing up so they get a discount on the venue hire. Only the first 50 founding members get access to that. So you get access to everything here if you want a birthday party or something. The kind of like club social idea is it's a time to relax, chat, share, and we've got a bar. So that's the social space, if you like. Now, special interest groups, kind of like ad hoc gatherings, courses, events, open to all fully paid up members and some to the public, but basically it's members' activities. Potentials that people have talked about.
There's a message for you.
Go away, I'm busy. DIY basics. Now I'll run through that. There's a nurse that I work with came charging in late one day, said, "Oh, sorry I'm late, had a hell of a job parking in town, had to get a new kettle because I was cleaning my kitchen. I put the base of the kettle, you know, with the lead and the plug on the floor, and I stepped back on it and I broke the plug, so I've had to get a new kettle." So my immediate thing was, well, why didn't you just replace the plug? And she looked at me blankly, as did a couple of other nurses, saying, "What on earth are you talking about? You can't replace them." So I said, "Take your kettle back, come back with your broken kettle tomorrow, and I'll show you how to put a plug on it." And it's absolutely astounding. So part of the thing is to empower people to be able to do stuff like that. And also, if someone's got a disability, perhaps there'll be somebody else in the club who can do it for you. So again, it's kind of like that mutually thing. Basic woodworking things. Working with wood is fantastic. It's a real clears the head. It's brilliant. It's organic. It's just fantastic. This whole thing about upcycling, you know, I can never really pass a pallet because I see it as being something else. Repair shop kind of like links back into sort of like, I guess, the kettle. But if someone's got something that's bust, I'm sure we'll have a member who can fix it. Basic metalworking. You know, we've got a load of stuff to do metalworking. Make a weather vane or something. Again, it's kind of like activity based. Free as well for members. Just, you know, contribute towards materials if there are any. I do these coin ring courses, got to charge for that, but it's still cheaper than I do otherwise, and the same as the Lichtenberg course. For members, it's still cheaper than otherwise. We've got a little forge that we built a couple of years ago, a little furnace and castings. We can make that free, just bring a load of aluminium cans. We haven't quite got it together yet. Brew club, come along with a couple of your mates and spend a day brewing your own beer. This whole thing about urban gardening, people might remember I used to have some guttering, cascading guttering outside my house with herbs growing from them. You know, all places that can grow food should grow food. This is again down to my superbly eccentric nutter mate, brother Wayne, who bought this Scalextrics for us to play with a good couple of years ago. We've done nothing with it. So I thought, well, let's build it into a proper Scalextrics club, £5, and that goes towards making cars and stuff for it. Again, sort of like all this is kind of like ring fenced. Music workshop, free, come along, play. A photo club, everyone's got a camera now, but do we really know how to use them on our phone? So have a kind of like a monthly photo club. Again, it's a carrier for other things, for just coming along and just being with other people. And then just do something physical days, which might be sanding, painting, varnishing, anything, breaking up pallets, all of this. Okay, just something physical that gets you a bit sweaty and stuff, because we live a very sedentary life most of the time. I'm going to wind this up quite quickly. Basic rules for the special interest groups is that anyone under 18 must be supervised at all times. That's the insurance. You've got to provide your own personal protective equipment if you're doing anything that might need personal protective equipment. Again, really legally, insurance wise and everything else, all health and safety guidelines must be followed at all times, and any accidents or injuries we need to record in our accident book over there. Things like member events like Quayside Barbecue, we can provide all the barbecues, you just need to bring some food. And I like the idea of having a kind of a midweek escape for people who are normally working on social times when you might go out and socialise. So like NHS workers, care workers, those working in the hospitality sector, etc. Now, part of the thing is the club will fund a couple of initiatives that I've already been running from any of the surplus that we make. Most people will know about drip stands and dressing gowns. Most people will know about headspace groups that I tended to run, which wasn't about anything in particular, it was just a safe space to just talk. And I posted recently about the Satsuma sessions, giving new bands an intermediate space to rehearse rather than going straight into a pub from the practice room, which is, you know, somewhere where they can invite their mates, have a proper gig, but without the hassle of drunks, etc. I put this together very briefly, just off the top of my head. This is some of the access to some of the equipment that we've got here, which is available for some of the other special interesting things. So there we have, that is basically where we're at the moment. I needed that 25 members in order to get to the stage of being able to do this. A week ago I set it up to open the membership, and we've topped it. I needed 25, we've got 28. Fantastic, really humbled by that. The club's not really actually about me, the club is about the members, and that's what I want to try and develop, is this whole thing about kind of developing a community rather than a church, as it were, or a pub. It's about the members, and looking through the members list, which I can't make public obviously for confidentiality reasons, but I will set up some kind of like a forum somewhere where members can chat to each other. The whole thing is about what we can collectively do just to get away from everything that is outside of those gates. All right, so everything out there, just leave it behind Very, very humbled that people have shown an interest so early. Be great to have a few more. We've got 28 members. I think the gender ratio is 19 to 9, so almost twice as many boys to girls. Be nice to have some more female representation. I did think about having special interest groups for things women are good at, which is cutting through shit and being patronised, but decided that we wouldn't bother. that was a suggestion from a nurse friend of mine who said, "You want to know what women are good at?" Right. So that's kind of where we're at. A bit of a rambling thing, but I wanted to bring everybody kind of like up to speed on where we're at with this project. It's kind of like, it's what I wanted to do when we first got this building 9 years ago. So it's taken a while to get everything together because of all the other things that we've had going on in life and stuff. We've had some brilliant parties here. That's not going to change. Right? As it's sort of like irrelevant of the club. The club is to be able to sort of like extend that a little bit further and to formalise a nice way of having a safe space. Yeah, that's it. I hope that's been of interest. If it has, please give it the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. If you do want to get some of your mates to join, or if you haven't already, I'll put a link in this video or in the text underneath probably. If you go to madebymartin.co.uk, just click on Boathouse, then click on membership and you can sign up there. Or just send me a message saying I want to join, here's 25 quid. First 50 founding members get sort of like free membership, if you like, free joining fee, and then membership until the 1st of January 2023. Because as I said, we're probably not going to be doing a huge amount this year, but next year we are. That is it. Okay, end. Thank you.